Hopefully today we can get through most of this. So we got fuel rails, pigtails, we got the injectors. This is the Corvette fuel pump regulator, plugs, wires, 0 to 90 ohm fuel gauge, fuel pressure gauge, and the fitting to run the gauge in there. Fuel cells going back in, and then all the dash 6 wiring and fittings for running from the cell to the fuel rails. So not too sure how far we're going to get on this, but I'd rather get a start and keep her going. Now that the exhaust is done, we can finally start going on with the rest of the things. So I'm just going to zip out the plugs real quick, drop a little bit of oil in there because this thing's been sitting for like what, a couple years now?
I go with at least 2.
At least 2 years. So pull the plugs out, drop some oil into the cylinders, kind of lube it up a little bit, put the new plugs in, coil packs on, and then we can start with the fuel rail and get that whole mess going. So take a baster, get some oil.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Just got a little bit in the cylinders. Right in the spark plug hole, just kind of squirt it in. It'll do its thing. So repeat that, 7 more times. So just checking out the plug gap. Usually with AC Delco iridiums, they already come pre-gap, but 0.040 is what we're looking for. So just kind of making sure everything's where it should be, so that later on down the road it's not like, why is this car missing? And then all of a sudden, plug is way out of gap. So we'll gap these. We just put a little bit of oil in each cylinder. It's gonna smoke, obviously, but I'd rather have the cylinder lubed up than trying to crank it with like no oil in it for a couple years. So we're gonna finish gapping these, throw these in the car, and then we can put the coil packs back on. Alright, so we got all the plugs in, both sides. Just gonna throw the coil packs on, and then throw the plug wires, and I don't know how much more I'm gonna do today. Nick and I went out for lunch, and I could use a nap right now. Jesus. Okay, let's put that on. Plug wires next. Just got all the dielectric grease spread in on it, so plug those bad boys in quick. Plug wires in, plugs in, coil packs mounted. So anytime you put injectors in, always get some jelly in there. Spread around the O-rings a little bit. Make sure you don't get it where fuel actually sprays out. Throw them in and do that 7 more times. Injectors in. Now we get to play with the fuel rail. Open this up a couple times. I don't know why that's in there. Nick throwing stuff wherever. Yeah, got the nice dusty fuel rails from Jags. Crossover. All the hardware that we need, all the mounts we need, so let's get that going. Alright, so far we got fuel rails, injectors, pigtails, obviously exhaust. We just started to mock up the fuel line. So we got the gauge right there, 90 going down through the trans tunnel. Gonna have to remake that crossover because that is very obnoxious and I hate it. So like I said, running fuel line all the way back, and then don't mind the disgusting window, but fuel cell halfway mounted in there. Slowly making progress, but just got to order a dash 10 to dash 6 for fuel tank to lines, and then just figure out where we're going to mount the filter regulator and the pump. So then after that, I think we'll just need to do electrical, and then we got to figure out a throttle cable and probably like 30,000 other odds and ends. So alright, I think I'm going to end the video there for today. Honestly, I got a lot more done than I think I was going to. I mean, with it being Sunday after a long drift day yesterday, we got to the track around like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then I didn't get home until like midnight, 1 o'clock, but I was on my feet all day, chasing after people all day. I don't know, probably walked at least 12, 13 miles, so I'm pretty exhausted, having to push my buddy Ben's S10 off the track because his battery started on fire. So that was pretty neat, but it was really good to get back in the swing of things, working on the Z. With Nick finally finishing up the exhaust on it, he's been very busy. He's got a lot of customers in line. He's got a lot of cars at the shop, so gotta give a huge shout out to Nick. Like, he's my homie. He's a good dude. Love that guy. So I don't know exactly what's next on the list for the Z, so I guess we'll kind of figure that out next time we're at the shop. So that's going to be like a whole nother full weekend of drifting. We're going to have night drifting as well, since it is a special event. Miranda and I got a hotel, so there's usually some shenanigans happening after the drift day on Saturday. See what kind of cool stuff we can get into. Last year, I think there was a dude with a jet boat. I think it was pretty wild. Crazy paint job. Both his truck and trailer and boat. It was pretty sick. So can't wait to see what comes of that. So if anything, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to share it, it's up to you. But we'll talk to you guys later.